Dougie, and welcome back to Jarred. I'm your lovely host, Jess. And I'm here today with Ryan and Dougie.
And Dougie.
Say hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh, God. We're all stir crazy.
Well, after that experience, yes.
Oh, my God. So, anyway, welcome back to Jarred, for real, now that we've composed ourselves. So most of us are under, like, self-isolation, but we've got a brand new segment that we're going to be doing today. A slang-based segment, so that'll be fun. We're going to talk about childhood misconceptions, and we're going to bring you the latest that we know on the virus. If you're a new listener, then we'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to us on Instagram or Twitter and let us know what you think of today's episode. So how are you guys dealing right now? Like, business as usual?
Business as usual here.
For Dougie, yeah. Me at the moment, not so much. I'm not going to dive too much details into my work life, but my doors closed yesterday. I'm now shut until further notice. That could be months for all I know. So I'm bored out of my fucking mind already. But other than that, the UK is still business as usual.
Well, Dougie, is your life changed at all?
No, still going to work. Still, yeah, everybody's just doing their normal thing here. Like, we haven't got a lot of infected people here at the moment, so it's, yeah, just we keep working. Eastern states is probably a little bit different in places. Some schools have shut down and whatnot, but yeah, for us here in WA, it's same. Just everybody's a bit cleaner.
Jess, all of your schools closed the other day, didn't they?
Yes, our schools originally closed for the rest of the month, but then they released an announcement like 2 or 3 days ago to say be prepared for schools not to open back up April 1st.
Really?
So, yep, everything's shut down.
I had one come out earlier, a report come out, schools could be closed here until about September time.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Fucking, I know, nuts. And everyone's like, I don't want my kid in the house for that long.
Well, guess
I
what?
had tough. Yeah, I had a work call this morning with my head office, and I could be shut for months as well. I could be shut down for about another 3-4 for all I know. I got no telling. What do I do in that time? What do I do with myself?
I cannot relate to these people who are like, oh my god, I'm so bored, I have to get out of my house, there's nothing to do. Like, I just can't relate. Like, I'm just like, I'm chilling right now.
Oh, don't get me wrong, yeah, I love staying at home, I really do. But there's only so much I can do in home. Like, I'll game all day if I have to, but I just feel like I need to do something else once in a while, like get off my ass, move my legs a little bit.
I can always find something to do at the house. Like, I can always find something to do. I love being at home.
Yeah.
Same.
I worked from home for like a whole month last year whenever Sadie had to have surgery. So like that was like nothing. I hated having to go back.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm not going to look forward to is the going back aspect, because we'd be off for so long and having to go back, I'll be a bit like, oh, you know what, just fucking, here's my keys. Like, I'm just too used to being off.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy over here. Like, the individual states are their governors are starting to like shut down the states, so to speak, and like they have like stay-at-home orders where even in some places people are getting arrested for leaving or trying to go to certain places.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think it was my friend in Pensacola. She said they closed Pensacola beaches and they're arresting anyone who tries to get on.
Good, it's fair play. I mean, people aren't listening, you know. There's
Yeah.
the reason that it's there. Social distancing. Stay in your homes. It's why it's been put in place.
It's the only way we're going to get over this fucking thing.
Exactly. I read a report the other day, and it laid everything out for you in black and white. And this come from genuine true sources. I'll try and find the links and like whack them in a description box somewhere for this. Basically, I mean, it's pretty much common sense, but for me, it really like panned out more into more, I don't know, more my sort of language anyway, because I'm thick as fuck. But basically, if you follow the government laws and the policies that they're putting in place for all of this, we can have it as a small pandemic, which means our healthcare services can deal with the people who are infected at a decent rate, and we can get over this in relatively decent time. If you ignore all of the shit that the government is saying and do whatever the hell you want, it becomes a large pandemic, which means too many people become infected, too many people become sick, that the health centres and healthcare systems can't deal with it. They all then become sick and infected. There's nobody then to look after each other, and it becomes like a Black Death or the plague or whatever, and it starts wiping people left, right and centre, and everything will start to shut down. If we do as we're fucking told and we do it right, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Yeah, well, we shut our borders the other day, so
Yeah.
no one can come into the country now.
Yeah,
Damn.
same. They did that for us about a week ago, and then a couple of days ago was when they banned like us being able to leave out.
Yeah, I know they banned all flights to Europe, but they didn't ban the flights to the UK. So everyone was like, so that means people are going to travel from, through to Europe through us. And then Trump come out and was like, okay, no, the UK's in there now as well. So thank you.
It's just kind of like getting concerning because, like, me being in America, like, how long has it been in America now? Like, I'm sure it's actually been here months, but it didn't actually like blow up here until a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're already at least 24,000 cases.
Oh shit! Really, that many?
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know it was that many.
Yeah. Only 20 something have actually recovered so far.
Whoa. I think we've got. I want to say 5,000. Just over 5,000 now, I think, cases that have got it. I think. I'm checking. That's why I'm stalling.
Yeah, we're not even that high, I don't think. I know we're definitely not anywhere near that in my state.
Well, the problem with us is that no one is fucking listening. Like, it's kind of ridiculous that, like, doctors and scientists and everyone else is like, stay at home as much as you can. And people don't listen until you have to, like, basically make a law out of it. And they can start getting arrested for doing it. Like, it's ridiculous.
5,018 cases reported today. We spiked today 1,035.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you know, it pretty much got to us last.
Yeah.
But that's just a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing with Italy is, like, pretty much at this point, they are losing people from this every single day. And the number is never anything like, 2 people died overnight from corona. It's like every single day I'm seeing articles, hundreds of people died within a 24-hour period in Italy.
Yeah. And they are on a complete lockdown as well. You know, they aren't venturing out, so that's almost where kind of fear kicks in, 'cause it's like, well, if they're on lockdown, they're not going out, they're being treated, how come they're all,
That's
dropping?
the problem, is that the hospitals don't have the capacity to treat that volume of patients. So I'm sure there's, I mean, I could be wrong here, this isn't like anything I've fact checked, but I'm pretty sure there are people having to go without because these hospitals, they can't accommodate that number of people, and it's not any better over here just because we're a bigger country. Like,
Yeah.
our hospitals cannot accommodate this either. Like, there's 10,000 cases in New York alone.
See, and that's why, going back to what I just said, if we listen to what the government is saying and we keep this on the down, if we try and keep it as small as possible, we stand a higher chance of, beating this.
Yeah.
Whereas if everyone just keeps going out, hugging, handshaking people, licking their fucking faces, we're screwed. But on the plus side, on the positive note of everything, I have been seeing some sources and some reports come out saying China is actually back on the mend and they're not actually having any new infective cases being reported.
I saw that too. They haven't had any, did they say 2 days or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So
what did they
mend.
treat it with? Because I know, like, we're over here, like, it's every day I see that people here are working on a vaccine for it. So, I mean, what did they get treated with over there that they recovered?
I saw that they were using, it was a Japanese flu treatment of some sort. But there's conflicting reviews. Other countries have tried that same flu vaccine and said it seems to only work on weak to mild cases, and not the heavily infected ones, not the severe ones, I should say. Whereas the Chinese government is saying that it's working. They didn't generalise to say that no, it's not working on the severe cases, but they just said it seems to be working okay.
That's good.
But I take that with a grain of salt when it comes to that.
Yeah. In the meantime.
Well, I wasn't trying to damper our moods here.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, our goal here is to keep you guys as informed as possible, but like, we're not trying to be a news program. We're not trying to report anything or like keep you guys like, up on 100% accurate information, because I mean, we're just talking about things that we've heard, honestly, or seen.
Yeah.
Like we know that you guys are here for funny laughs, humor, stuff like that, but we just want to make sure also that you're staying safe and healthy. That's all. So on today's episode, childhood misconceptions. We talked about Corona, got that out of the way. Get it out of here. And does having an older brother make you more likely to be gay?
What?
According to a new study, it could.
Well, I'm safe then.
Today's cast on here, we've got me. My Instagram is at Jess2_Fox, and we've got Ryan, who is at RyanTSP_, and Dougie, who is at Digmore73. Go ahead and get that out of the way too. Okay, so I want to talk about this brother thing first. Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Does anyone in here have brothers?
No. Well, I've
First
got
of
a younger stepbrother, but that's...
So I've got stepbrothers.
Ryan, if you say yes, I am gonna faint.
Shut up. I have stepbrothers and I have half brothers, but I don't see them. I don't have anything to do with them. So no is the answer to my question. Is to your question. Fuck.
We really should have waited till we had someone on who has a brother that we know has a brother.
Well, to be fair, you didn't ask us.
Well,
Jess, do you have a brother?
no, I do not.
Okay. Next topic.
Well,
No, come on. So what's this report saying that you have a high chance to be gay if you have an older brother? What?
okay. This article, it said scientists looked at over 5,000 men across like 10 different studies, and they found that those of those guys that had an older brother were 38% more likely to be gay, but no one knows why.
That's... yeah, okay.
How many? 5,000?
The same effect is not seen with sisters, which is weird because, well, I have a younger sister and I'm gay as fuck sometimes.
Yeah, I've got two older sisters.
I mean,
You know, okay, so I had this boyfriend in high school, and then, like, he was, like, bi. I mean, that counts. He was bi, but he did have an older brother. He was, like, 2 years older than us, and his older brother was gay, too.
Wow.
Shit.
Wow. Okay.
So did he have an older brother? Huh, there you go.
Past that, I do not know.
Right.
Who do I know that has a brother?
How many did you say were studied? 5,000.
5,400, more precisely.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I thought you said 5,000 because that's not a lot of people. So how could they get a general consensus for the world's population for 5,000 people? But I guess 5,400, then that's a little bit more substantial.
Still not much, but yeah.
But compared to 6 billion, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to work out the logic as to possibly why. I mean, because surely you having an older brother, if they're out partying with girls or chicks and whatever, I don't know. I don't know. I'm too fucked to try and even process.
Honestly, same.
Yeah, heads up. I'm drunk and
maybe maybe it has something to do with like an older male figure who is not necessarily your father figure, but is maybe a little bit closer to you since you're closer in age, and that maybe they are more comforting for some reason, and then you grow up and that's what you're attracted to.
I could kind of.
It's hard to say
whether like they associate good things with that figure, and so it later on influences. Well, that would be operating under the assumption that gay people are not born gay, though.
Yeah, see, I had a mate in school who was gay, and yeah, he didn't have any older brothers, as far as I know.
Because a lot of gay, a lot of the gay community, in fact, if not all of them, I'm not trying to speak on their behalf because unfortunately, obviously, I don't know many, but the few that I do know, they say that they're all born gay. They know at the right age whether they are or whether they're not. It's not just something that's sprung upon one morning.
Or they decide.
I don't like that article anymore. I don't like that I picked that
we've
article
put too much thought into it.
Now that we've talked it out, it's like saying that this influences people to be gay, which I do not agree with. So I am so sorry to our listeners. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I'm so disgusted. Anyway,
but still,
what?
No.
It's an interesting study for sure, but
definitely
that's not something that I believe. So
no.
Anyway, it at least made for a great entry because you guys were both like, "What?"
So to think, if I had an older brother, what would have happened to me? Say nothing, Jess. Say nothing. Keep your fucking mouth shut. Please move on to the next one.
We don't have to say anything now, Ryan.
Dougie.
So, like, I was thinking the other day about different things that I thought to be true when I was a kid. And,
Okay.
like, maybe there was, like, no logic behind them, or, like, there's some logic. But I wanted to kind of see where you guys stood on those kinds of things. Like, if there were things like that when you were a kid, for some reason, and you're maybe not sure why, you thought it to be a fact. Like, for instance, I thought that if someone was taller than someone, that they were older than them.
Okay.
Like, did you guys have stuff like that when you were kids? It's like you thought like it was like for real, and then you found out like that's not how it is at all.
Well, that one that you just mentioned, being taller, kind of made me thought people were older. Yes, definitely. I thought that when I was younger.
Because
but
it seemed
now,
like they were growing for longer, right? So like
Exactly.
they would be taller.
Exactly. You always look up to them because they're therefore an adult. They're much older than you. But now, like when I'm at work, I look down to a lot of my staff members, and they're twice my age. They're so. But I'm trying to think of another one. Damn.
I honestly can't think of anything.
Famous last words.
It was that long ago. Fuck.
Yeah, I was about to say, Dougie's childhood was a lot longer ago than ours was.
We still look up to Dougie.
True.
Oh shit. That's got me thinking real good.
I'm sure there was something, but yeah, it just eludes me right at this point. I'll probably remember tomorrow and go, oh,
Yeah.
I thought that identical twins had to have the same name and had to wear the same clothes. I don't know why that one hit. I don't know the logic behind that one.
That's a good one because that blends into then stereotypes, doesn't it? Because you watch any big Hollywood hit movie or whatever. If there's twins in it, they'll always be wearing the same fucking outfit. They'll
True.
always
The
finish each other's
Shining.
sentence.
Those creepy little bitches.
That's their name in the credits. Creepy little bitches. Wow, but wow. Child misconceptions. When you first started speaking, I was thinking shit like Tooth Fairy and stuff like that, but not.
Oh,
But
no.
now you've actually mentioned like you say with the height and thinking somebody's an adult, then that right. Okay, I've got one. Wow, I've actually thought one once. Jesus, wow, I got actually excited there. Now I don't know what this is like in Australia and US, but here in the UK, when you're driving and say it's somebody else's right of way, obviously you pull over, you let them come through. Well, obviously they would raise their hand to you, obviously to say thank you, and obviously you'd raise your hand back, obviously to reciprocate, say you're welcome or whatever. However, I remember one time driving with my mum, and I'd been seeing this so often, and I never actually queried it. I didn't know what it was. And I said to her, and I quote, "Mum, how come you know every single other person that's driving on the road?" Because I thought she was waving like she knew them, I thought she was waving to say hi because she knew them. And she's like, "No, Ryan, it's to say thank you, because... they've let us go through, or, I'm saying you're welcome because we've let them come through. I don't know every other person in the world." And I thought that was a genuine thing. I thought she knew everybody. But no, it's just please and thank yous. Yeah.
Your mom waves at everyone when she drives. She sounds like a really pleasant lady. There is no one like that over here.
So is that not a thing you do? Like if you're giving somebody right of way, and they don't raise their hand to say thank you or whatever. Is that not a thing?
We do that here.
Yeah.
It's hit or miss.
But
I
here
suppose it
where
depends
I
what mood
live,
you're in, Jess.
here where I live, we actually do know everyone, so we wave anyway.
Oh, I wave at everyone. I'm super nice, but like it's everyone else that's like, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that because he was the head of the household, that I was supposed to love my dad more than I loved my mom.
Wow.
Okay, that's a different one.
I don't know why. Maybe it had to do with him being taller than my mom, so he was older and therefore deserved more respect. So I don't know. I just remember one day, like, I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I was at my grandparents' house, and I just had a total meltdown and had to call my mom at work, and I'm like, I know I'm supposed to love Dad more than I love you, but I don't, and I'm so sorry. She's like, where did you get that from?
Wow.
Like, I don't know.
Wow.
I'm so, if my dad is listening to this, I hope you're not. I'm so sorry. I don't love you less than my mom. I love you guys equally, just differently. And I'm spent. Those are my 3.
Yeah,
I mean, I could only think of that one, and used all my brain power to think of it.
yeah, I can't think of anything. So.
Oh man! But let us know what you guys have with childhood misconceptions, whatever you used to do.
Yeah,
when you were
definitely.
I would
honestly,
love to hear those.
this would be a good one, definitely.
Where are we? I'm trying to catch up my spot on. Okay, so do we want to do like the actual dedicated group discussion first, or do we want to do the slang game first?
I can leave the slang for the last.
Yeah, leave slang
Have a
last.
good laugh.
Okay. Well, that brings us to the group discussion then. I'm not gonna lie, this is a loaded one. Okay.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
So I saw this, I saw this article a couple of days ago, and well, it wasn't an article; it was a Reddit post. Which, if it really happened or not, I don't know, but I thought it was interesting. So this woman posted on Reddit, and she was having issues because her husband of, I think it was 10 years, he had an ex-girlfriend that he dated before her, and him and the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, they dated for about 4 years during college. And the ex-girlfriend, she ended up going missing. And she, after a couple of years, she was presumed dead. So, like, the guy mourned, he moved on, he married this other woman. And suddenly, this ex-girlfriend, she's located one state over, and she had been sold into, like, a human trafficking ring.
Oh, jeez.
So she comes home.
Wow.
And she's like, of course, for her, it's like no time has passed at all when she's outside of it all. So she's still thinking about her boyfriend, who she was with when she went missing.
All right.
And so she's come back into the picture. She wants to be friends with this woman's husband. Like, and now he's telling his wife that he thinks he still has feelings for her.
Oh,
So,
shit.
if your formerly missing partner is brought home and they want to rekindle a relationship with you, what do you do?
I watched Forrest Gump. No, wrong film. Is that the wrong?
Before we answer these, speaking of Forrest Gump, okay, Tom Hanks has been released from the hospital. He is still in self-isolation, though, but he's good. Okay, so anyway, what movie?
I meant Castaway, not Forrest Gump. I meant Castaway.
Basically, yes, basically.
Yeah, I got. But then again, Forrest Gump is still a brilliant film, and it's kind of got a similar sort of twist into it. Anyway, shit.
That is a hard one.
That's like...
Well, this kind of comes down to each individual, so we'll all have a right and wrong answer here.
Yeah.
I'll start us off. Me personally, if I thought my partner had, gone missing, for years and years and years and whatever, and I thought that they had, unfortunately died or whatever, I'd mourned. I would move on because it is the natural progression. You move on. Okay. At the end of the day, the way I think about it is, our lives continue, and you eventually recover and get on with stuff. And in that situation, if they were to turn back up, I'd be like, well, I thought you were dead. Like, if I'd moved on, had, got a new wife, got a new family, or whatever, I'd be a bit like, sorry. I wouldn't feel like I would feel compelled to cut the rest of my life off just to go back, because I would have already gone through that progression and process, and all that heartache and mourning that I would have done would have kind of gone towards, I want to say would have gone towards nothing, but I don't want to sound like an arse when I say that. I'm trying to get my message across without sounding like a dick.
Yeah.
But basically, I would be like, yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. You've moved on, you've got another life, but the feelings that you had for that person would come back.
Yeah, they would.
Quite a bit.
Because no one did anything wrong, and it was like, it was a tragic thing.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what do you do with those feelings? Like, you don't just...
Yeah, they're all going to come back in a flood, and it would be a shock to the system.
Massively, yeah.
But it just comes down to each person, how they can deal with it. But I would be in the same boat with Ryan. It's like, I'm sorry, you were gone, presumed dead. It was years ago. I've moved on. I still love you, but I'm sorry.
I've got a
Yeah.
new life.
Yeah. It's. Yeah.
I see
that's-
like both sides of it, but like I'm putting myself in like the perspective of, let's say, my husband in either position here, where it's either the ex or the current, and I'm like, I don't know what I would do. Like, if it was Charles that had gone missing, and then I got with someone else, but I'm probably biased because I'm currently married to him. And then I got with someone else years down the road. He comes back. I don't know that I would be able to turn that down. But on the other side of it, if it was Charles that was the new guy, and my ex was someone different, but I can't think of any ex, in that position that I would care about later on down the road. But like, I mean, like, people change a lot in that period of time. Like, especially if you're talking like when you're young, like college age and something like that happens, 10 years down the road, you're pretty much a completely different person. I am not like the same person I was 10 years ago, but it's just like a really shitty love triangle where it's like no one has done anything wrong. Like,
Yeah.
pretty much everyone is going to get hurt in this.
Yeah.
And you would feel, especially that particular situation, she's been through hell.
Yeah.
And
she's been thinking of you, like, or her boyfriend every single day.
you don't want to make it worse. So, yeah.
Exactly.
That particular situation would be an extremely hard one to deal with.
It would. Because you want to feel like you're doing the right thing by dropping everything and getting back with said partner, to make it all better and to make them feel good, and almost get both lives back on track. But at the same time, it's like, but shit, what about my new life that I've got here? Like, what do I do? If I do this, then it's going to destroy them. Either way, it's not going to work out happy for either party,
Yeah, it's not going to end well at all.
No.
For someone.
Well, it's fortunately, it's a situation where, while, it's inevitable someone's going to get hurt, it's also a situation where all three parties involved would also understand whatever decision was made.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the good outcome.
Yeah, so I mean, even if he went back to the ex, I'm sure the wife would understand. She wouldn't be happy, I'm sure, but I'm sure she'd be like, well, I know what he went through, and they were meant to be together, and he thought she died, so.
And give it a few months, she would have moved on and found somebody else anyway. So.
And on the other side of it, the ex would be like, well, it was a shot in the dark. It has been a long time. He did remarry, so it's just time to go my separate way then.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is a really shitty situation.
But to hear that that's actually happened, I generally only thought it was a plot of Castaway, but to now hear that it's a genuine thing, like,
well,
shit.
Like I said, it was a Reddit post. I don't know if it was true or not. I didn't even bother like actually researching it because I'm sure names were changed, in situations like that. So, oh my god.
Man, I needed a bigger drink after that.
Oh my god, I don't know what I need. I think I need a nap. That was very mentally taxing.
Yeah, it was.
Glad we decided to get that one out of the way now.
Yeah, so am I. Let's move on to Slang.
I promise it'll be a funner group discussion next week.
Please.
That was just... This is like a really macabre season so far. Like the entire first episode, it was like everything we talked about looped right back around to like fucking death. I feel like we did a little better on the second episode. But man, I think this I hate to keep coming back to it, but this whole fucking pandemic situation, I think it's just making everyone kind of like gray and foggy right now.
Yeah.
So we're here to lift it all up.
Yeah. So that's why we're bringing you a very new segment. It's a slang-based game created by... I don't know. Dougie said he found it from some other guy. I wanted to give credit, but he wouldn't give me the name, so...
Dougie, take credit.
No, I wish I could, but no. It's not
Put
me.
your fucking hand up. Just put.
But no one can see that.
God damn it! Well, he's on his hand up.
Basically, what we're going to do, each of us have selected a few words or phrases, like slang stuff from our respective countries, and we'll just go around and let each other try to figure out what it means and use it in a sentence. It's basically Ryan goes back to school, except with slang.
Yep.
And all of us do it.
And I still feel like I'm in school.
Okay. Who wants to go? Should we do alphabetically?
Well, I reckon we should do. I mean, we've all got 3 each, right?
I have 4, but just one was an emergency one, so I have 3 prepared and 1 backup.
Okay, well, why don't we do it like, obviously, alphabetically, Dougie would go first, so he does 1, and then Jess, you do 1, I do 1, and then we'll go back around again, do it that way, instead of all 3 in one go of one person.
Reckon.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
What?
Dougie's got 3 words, you've got 3 words, and I've got 3.
I'll do 1 word.
We get
I thought it was going to be like one of us presenting to the other 2, and then the 2 trying to work it out.
Yeah. I'll say a slang word or term. You 2 try and guess what it is and work it out. Then you do 1. Then Ryan does 1.
Okay. Is that what Ryan said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in more words.
Are you sure?
I tried, okay?
I was so lost. Okay, so Dougie, go ahead and start. What do you have for us today on this untitled segment?
Okay, your first word. Let me have a look here.
What was that?
Damn it, half of them already used, so yeah.
I know, like I had trouble too, because I'm like, I've been hanging out with these guys for like 3 or 4 years. Like, they've pretty much heard all my stuff.
All right, your first word, Furphy.
Furphy?
Furphy. 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 Like Furby, but Furphy.
Oh my god.
Furphy. Noun.
Shit.
I doubt you guys will get this one, but yeah.
It is synonymous with chilly weather. An example, you go outside and it's cold and it's windy and you say, "This is awfully furphy out here today, mates."
No.
Wow, Jess, what the fuck? Oh my god. I get where she was going with the logic, but I just can't hear an Australian go, "Wow, it's real fucking furphy out here."
Not in a British accent, anyway.
I gave it the old college try. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, hey, you gave it a go.
Credit to you for trying, like, man.
Right.
Alright, is it another word for, like, a bush, like in the outback? Like furphy, like bush, dry bush? I don't know.
No.
Oh,
What?
fuck.
Are you thinking of like a fir? Like a Douglas fir? Like a...
Yeah, shrubbery, you know.
Yeah, is like a
thinking
of like a plant of some sort.
Or a tumbleweed. Oh, there goes a furphy. I don't know.
No.
This episode is going to be titled Furphy. Nothing else.
Well,
Dougie, how do I spell it again?
That would be closer to what it actually is.
What, the title?
Furphy. Rumours or stories that are improbable or absurd.
So gossip.
Yeah. But
Wow.
bullshit gossip.
I would never
I'm so fucking mad.
Oh, like you would have got it anyway.
My confidence alone gave me a better shot than you. Even if what I said wasn't accurate.
I respectfully disagree.
I don't fucking care what you think.
No change there then.
Okay, well that means it's my turn. So I looked at American slang, and it's like, you guys, like, you know what all of it is. So I narrowed it down to Southern slang
Oh god.
to make it maybe a little bit more difficult. I'm going to start with a really simple one, really easy. Bless your heart.
Okay, we have one similar where we say like bless you or bless your soul or whatever. So bless your heart means is it mean where you're saying somebody's a good person? Like, oh, you're such a good person? Is that right?
Okay. Dougie, what do you think?
I was, yeah, along the same lines. Someone who means well.
That's funny because 98% of the time it's the exact opposite. It's pretty passive aggressive. Like, if you're wanting to basically express fake sympathies or sentiments to someone about something, like, say someone's telling you a story about their moron relative did something, you say, oh, bless her heart. Like,
Oh, so it's
it
like
sounds like you're extending sympathies, but the underlying is like, you're fucking stupid.
So sarcasm, kind of.
Pretty much. But everyone, like, it's like, everyone does it, like, to be catty, but then they all act like they don't know that it means, like, it's passive aggressive. But it is. Like, 9 out of 10 times, it's 100% passive aggressive.
Damn. I never would have got that either. But it's good to have to see that your terms mean the opposite of what ours do. So obviously ours would be, oh no, you're such a good person, you're such a good soul, you know, they're doing so well, but I think in America it's like, fuck them. Alright. Mine's just a simple singular word for this one. It has come up in a previous episode once before, and I think Dougie or somebody actually asked me mid-sentence what it actually meant, so I'm bringing it back to see if any of you remember.
Oh boy, you say a lot of things.
I know.
And half the time he doesn't know what he's saying.
No, I know. I just let my mouth run. Anyway, the word is bloke.
Bloke like a dude?
Okay, Dougie?
You said bloke. B-L-O-K-E, right?
Yeah.
Are you red herringing me?
Yes.
Am I what, you?
Red herringing?
Is that another American slang? It's not your turn yet, Jess. We've just done yours.
I verbed up red herring. Are you red herring me? Herring.
You're now confusing me, I know that much.
Oh, fuck, I remember you saying, yeah, because your term bloke is different from our bloke.
So what's your term of a bloke?
Well, that's just when you're talking to someone, like, hey bloke, how you going? You're talking to, yeah, when you greet someone. Or
Okay, so
that
you
bloke over there.
Alright. You were both kind of right. Jess got it right first time because she said dude. Bloke means a man. So Dougie, you're right in the same sense that you would go, oh hey bloke, how you doing? Because we over here we would go, oh hey man, how you doing? You know, oh you see that bloke over there? Kind of both right in similar senses. Yeah, bloke is man.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't have a fucking clue what it is.
That was really easy.
I'm starting easy. I'm working up to my favourite one, which I'm hoping you won't know. Trust me, I'm just doing it real easy first of all.
Okay, Dougie, what's yours?
Second word, tinny.
Tinny?
I've heard this before.
Tinny or teeny?
Tinny.
Tinny.
Is it
T-I-N-N-Y? Tinny.
I want to say a coin, but I don't know if it's because it rhymes with penny.
Okay. Tin.
I'm gonna go with
This
a
is-
can. I'm gonna go with a can.
Okay.
I was thinking tin can, but it's too obvious, and Australians aren't obvious. Tinny.
I swear I feel like I've heard that before, but then it's like my brain is like, no, you're thinking of Dunny, not Tinny. And I'm like, which one? Ah! I don't know.
Tinny. Okay, this is gonna sound real fucking stupid. Okay, but it makes sense in my head. I'm not gonna try and explain it. I'm just gonna say it makes sense in my head. Tinny, short amount of time.
Sorry, Ryan. Jess got it.
What?
Tinny. Well, it can be two things: a can of beer or a small boat. The aluminium dinghy.
Oh, yeah. Pew,
So-
pew, pew.
Damn
That was me
it.
shooting my guns in the air.
And there's me going. It's too obvious for Australians to be using it for an actual. Fuck's sake!
Oh, we're not that bad. Only most of our stuff is that bad.
I apologise to all of Australians.
God, I'm glad I didn't decide to stick it on a coin. Okay, this one might be kind of easy. I don't know. I may have said this in front of you guys before. If I did, I was being like satirical, but okay. Britches.
Underwear.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your pants. Pulling your pants.
Okay. Gotcha. Yep.
Yes.
You're right. Yep.
Is
Is that a thing over there too, or no?
No,
Or do you just hear it in media?
I've just watched it a lot of
yeah.
Western movies. So
I love saying that when I'm like pretending to be like a real redneck. Like, oh, I gotta put my britches on.
Yeah. See, we would say like. I
Pull
know
your
britches
britches
is
My drawers.
yeah, drawers, britches. You know, pull your britches up. We would say like, oh, don't get your knickers in a twist, which obviously would mean your britches. You know, stuff like that. But I've heard you mention it before, Jess, and I've obviously heard you know American films and whatever. So yeah.
yeah, we just say pull your pants up.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Pull them britches up. Oh, I hate talking like that.
Okay, Ryan.
Ryan?
All right. Mug. M-U-G. Mug.
Someone's face.
Someone's face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or is that only American slang? Are we? Oh my god, am I getting slang crossed up? Ugh.
Jess, I live in the UK. Not America. I live in the UK. I'm using British.
Yeah, but
So-
like,
Well, you're all tea drinkers, so you wouldn't call your cup a mug.
that's what I was thinking. Like, I know that wouldn't be a mug. Like, that's not. That's why I said face. Over here, we say someone's ugly mug. That means their face.
Yeah, no, we
Mhm.
say that as well. I reckon it's same again. A person, a bad person.
Okay. Dougie was closer than Jess. Alright. But I'll go to the tea thing first. Obviously, we would have a cup of tea, but our slang for that would be a cuppa. Either a cup of
Yep.
tea or a coffee. You know, oh, do you want a cuppa? You know, that would be it. But a mug is somebody who will believe anything. Go,
Oh,
oh,
yep,
you're a right
yep.
you're a right mug for for believing that. You know,
Yep,
oh, you're
yep.
such a mug, or that guy, that. But I chose that one because I knew
Someone
Jess
who's
would be like-
gullible.
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
How does that?
Basically, yeah.
How does that? Dougie is kind of right. He said a bad guy.
Well, no, referring to a person, sort of thing.
With the phone, yeah, it's in the sense because obviously there would be a bad person for believing
That's what he
anything.
said, I
Oh,
was
you're
closer.
yeah. Yeah, I said he was. You're because he's such a mug. Yeah.
You're a doo-doo and you're a cheater.
Who?
You.
I was close. I wasn't right. I was close.
Australia is closer to Britain than it is the UK.
Cheats
Right?
and then brags about winning. Whatever.
Wait, I just said the same
Okay.
thing twice. Moving on, Dougie, your third word.
Fuck, where'd it go? I had one. Okay. Whoop whoop.
Excuse me?
Whoop whoop. WOOP. Twice. So whoop whoop.
That's what you say at a fucking soccer game, bro. When your team scores, you go, whoop, whoop. Wait, what's the primary sport over there? Is it soccer?
No.
What is it?
AFL.
What's AFL?
Football. Aussie.
Wait, is your
Aussie
football
rules.
like our football,
No,
or is it
Aussie
like
rules
soccer football? So it's like our NFL.
No, that's more like rugby for us.
Yeah, that's yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. Anyway, that's what you say at the AFL game when your team wins. Whoop whoop.
Ryan?
I have no fucking idea.
Ryan's like, how do I follow that?
I'm still caught up on the fact that Dougie just sat so calmly and went whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
And both you and I unanimously were like, excuse me. What would mean, I don't know, I want to say it would be like in agreement, as if say, yes, okay, or you're agreeing with somebody's statement. I don't know.
Motherfucker, if I'm sitting there making a valid point and someone says, whoop whoop, I'm going to be like, the fuck did you just say? What does that have to do with anything?
So, that what you going with?
That's what I'm going with, yeah.
Okay. You're both nowhere near it.
What?
Oh, what is it?
Whoop whoop is describing basically the middle of nowhere. He lives out whoop whoop.
I wish you could see the face I'm making right now. I'm so unamused. I just office stared into a non-existent camera. Yeah, that's not what we say over here. We say someone lives out in BFE or bumfucked Egypt or out yonder, way out yonder. I don't know what the fuck a whoop whoop is other than a sound that my dogs make.
I'd be worried if your dogs would go running around and go whoop whoop whoop.
See, we just
got bamboozled.
Oh my god. See, we would just say people go, oh, he lives out in the middle of nowhere, not fucking walk around going, mate, what's your postcode? Whoop whoop.
We say, oh yeah, he lives way the fuck out of here.
Oh mate, can I just write down your address? Yeah, it's a whoop whoop.
It's not an actual address, it's just a general
I don't
area.
give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, it's funny.
I'm so unhappy.
I'm fucking loving it. It's great. I can't breathe. Okay.
My next one is commode.
That's vehicle that
A commode?
Travelling in.
A commode would be, well, for us, it's a medical thing, and it's a portable toilet.
Okay, Ryan, you were closer.
Oh wow, okay.
Right?
That's just what some of these people call the toilet in the bathroom, just the commode.
Oh really?
Okay.
Gonna go to the commode.
For us,
Place got a commode.
If you come into somebody's house over here and said, "Oh, have you got a commode?" they would smack you round the face, because a commode is a portable toilet for somebody who can't get to the bathroom in time. Basically, that's what it is for us.
A porta potty.
Yeah, it's just a general bathroom here. Where's the commode at?
Wow.
Actually, I have heard that term. Yeah, that you mentioned it like that. Yeah.
Fuck.
But,
all right.
okay.
See if you can get this one. I'll be surprised if you do, actually. Cod swallop.
That's the sound you're... Never mind.
Please do not finish that fucking sentence. Don't you dare finish that sentence.
That's a term of bullshit.
Okay, Jess?
I agree with Dougie.
Okay, fuck, you actually got me on that one. Codswallop is nonsense.
Yeah.
It means nonsense, yes.
Yeah.
But we would go, oh, yes, you're talking codswallop.
Yeah, I have heard that before.
That sounds nasty and like it takes a lot of spit to say.
That's what she said. Moving on. Damn, I'm surprised you actually got that. I didn't think you'd actually get that. Shit. Damn it.
Oh, boy.
Well, that was good. Was anybody keeping score?
My titties hurt.
No.
Are we supposed to be winning?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I feel like we should after all the effort that we'd have to put into
I
that.
thought it was more of an educational effort
it's
than
more just a fun
winning
one.
effort.
Yeah, I definitely want to keep doing this. I fucking love this.
I reckon we leave that there. I'll stick to 3. So just so we can do it more often.
Yeah, leave it at 3 for this time round.
Yeah.
But definitely bring that back.
Yeah, it
I
is hilarious what people think of when they hear that certain terms and whatnot. So
I love this, and the only thing I learned from this is that apparently I'm really good at making stuff up on the spot. So I don't know whether I should be like conspiratory right now or concerned.
Well, all I know is after hearing Dougie say some of those terms and words, is we definitely got to get him to start reading the dictionary and then his own Australian slang section of it as well. We need to get this going.
After hearing these words from Dougie, I'm sitting here like, you lying motherfucker, you have never said any of these words around any of us.
that's what I was trying to find, words that I hadn't used.
Well, I mean, I pick stuff that I knew was Southern, but I don't use it because, I mean, I think I've mentioned before, I try to pull myself from that association as far as I can. So I don't say bless your heart, and I don't say commode.
Yeah.
I do say britches when I'm being funny, but...
You'll never hear me walking around just going codswallop. You'll never hear me walking around saying it. I'll never do it. But you'll hear me say, the term bloke, or I might call somebody a mug on a very rare occasion.
Yeah, no, I do like this one, but I was also thinking about it, because I definitely procrastinate writing these episodes now. I'm like, after last week's episode and the whole little reference to Don't Get Me Started, I was like, should we bring that back?
No, I like this. I definitely.
Well,
like
I'm not
this one.
saying it has to be one or the other. I'm saying
Oh right.
Yeah.
as well.
Well, there we go then. We have a new segment. Now we just got to think of a name.
Guess the
So
slang.
do we want to bring Don't Get Me Started back or no?
Oh, it wasn't a rhetorical question. Oh, I thought it was a rhetorical.
Yeah, well, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Even though I suck. But
I don't know what we were talking about last week, and someone said something, and I was like, "Oh, don't fucking get me started on that." And I'm like, "Man, we should do that again."
Yeah. What was? Oh, I can't remember the topic now, but yeah, I remember you-
SeaWorld. It was SeaWorld.
That was it. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Don't
right.
fucking get me started on SeaWorld. Yeah.
So yeah, I was thinking about bringing that back. Well, we're closing. Oh no, we've already closed in on an hour.
Oh shit.
15 seconds over an hour.
So much for a shorter episode.
Well, hey, we crammed a lot in there, but that was good. But I'm losing words. Quick, wrap this up.
Well, okay. Before I start wrapping everything up, is there anything that anyone wants to add before I start going? Because once I start going, I cannot be stopped.
No.
Sorry,
I'm
I was finishing my drink. No, have I got any more? No. Damn it. Roll us out.
Fuck, I don't know where to start.
Well, where you'd usually start.
I don't know where I usually start.
And this
Okay,
is
so
probably...
anyway, we're gonna close this bad boy up. Oh boy. Okay, so for complete episode catalogs for seasons 1 and 2, you can find that at or on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, YouTube, and Anchor. Just a reminder that we do have a couple of archived episodes from Season 1 that are available upon request, but not available in our public catalog. You can also find us on Podbean and Podchaser. On Podchaser, you can actually find our page to give us a rating and review, which we would greatly appreciate. You can find my blog about the first season of the podcast at jessfox.home.blog. What else? I should really stop saying so much, but I just can't help it. Okay, so Jard is sponsored by 5 the Gamer, so for all of your gaming headset needs and stuff like that, you can head over to 5thegamer.com and you can apply Jard20 at checkout for 10% off your order. So next week we are going to come back with hopefully some funnier headlines. I don't know. I can't take any more of this fucking depressing shit.
Well, hey, look at the bright side of it all. We're all stuck indoors, which means we can do more of this.
What more do we need to do? This doesn't affect any part of the schedule.
Okay, I'm hammered. I don't know.
Anyway, so hopefully we have some maybe. Well, that was a pretty funny headline with the gay brother thing, but
that was a weird headline.
Anyway. Continued topical conversation. I guess we'll bring back Don't Get Me Started next week if I can figure out something to don't get me started on. And we're going to be talking about advice that we would give our teenage selves as well next week. So as always, you can find my Wacky Wednesday on YouTube tomorrow, and Ryan's Sunday Fun Day will go up Sunday. I feel like I meant to add something. I don't remember what it was.
I thought of a Don't Get Me Started topic already.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
We'll save it.
I will.
Oh God, my brain. Oh God, I was just gonna interject something into this last little bit, and I just totally forgot what it was.
Oh, good one, Ryan.
What did I do?
You interrupted.
I broke her. I literally broke her.
Yep.
I am so fucked up right now.
Well, I think we should close it there then.
Thank you, everybody.
I feel like it was really important. Okay, bye.
All right, see you all.
See you next week.